These rollers are looking sloppy today. Hopefully my hair will still be cute. Welcome back everyone. Today's video is going to be a new Chatty Get Ready With Me. I'm going to be using some of the products that I picked up in my recent Sephora haul when Sephora was having their sale. So a few products, I have like the Kosas Dream Beam SPF that I'm mixing with the Anastasia Beauty Balm. I have a gloss from Huda Beauty, a Makeup Forever lip liner. I'm also going to be using the new Sigma Cool Neutrals palette because I think this video will be going up when this palette has officially launched. Of the new Makeup by Mario concealer, the LYS blush. So that is what we are going to be getting into today. I do have a video up of my Sephora haul if you haven't seen it yet. But let me get you zoomed in and we'll get started. Okay, she's looking cute today. Today is what? Today's Monday. I have a dinner to go to tonight and I'm really excited for it. I actually canceled a lot of my plans recently. Like I have nothing tomorrow and nothing Wednesday, nothing yesterday, but I really didn't want to miss this dinner. It's at Super Frico in the Cosmo in Las Vegas, and they have a new seafood tower. I can't remember how much it costs, but I remember it's like a lot of money, and we get to go to like make the content to like market the seafood tower, and I'm like, I just feel like this is an opportunity I can't pass up. So that is what we are getting ready for. The Knights also played tonight, so I got my Vegas night shirt on. Let's jump into it. So I'm gonna start with my base, and I'm really excited to use this combo because I just feel like it looks so pretty. So we have the Kosas Dream Beam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen with SPF 40. Listen, I love SPF. It is so nice in Las Vegas. I am walking like 8, 9. Yesterday I walked 10.5 miles outside, and I love being outside, but that also means that I love me some SPF. I will say with this one from Kosas, it does have quite a scent to it. I'm not a big scent girly. This one definitely is scented. I also don't have the strongest sense of smell. So when I can smell something, you know that means it's fairly strong. But I think that this is a really pretty SPF and it leaves the skin very glowy. So this is a nice option, even just wearing it alone, like if I'm just like running out for errands or running to have like a pool day or something like that, and I just want like some glowiness into my skin. This is a nice SPF option for that. It doesn't leave like a tint to my skin or anything. I do also like the Bliss tinted sunscreen because it just kind of evens things out a little bit more. I do deal with like acne scarring and things like that. But my skin has been pretty under control for the most part these days, which is always good. But I like that it just leaves me a little bit like glowy and hydrated looking. But yeah, I've been definitely doing a lot of walking. Like I said, I canceled a lot of my plans. I did post this on Instagram and I also posted it on the community tab. But this week, you know, trigger warning, I'm gonna talk about my dog. But this week does mark 1 year since my dog Aries was diagnosed with cancer. She did pass away in October, but this time last year was when I first noticed blood in her urine. Thought maybe she had a UTI, took her in, and turns out it was cancer. So you know, it's just not like the best week for me. I'm definitely having a lot of thoughts and feelings, and I've definitely been doing like a lot of reflecting over the past couple of days of like being alone, being to myself, being at home, doing a lot of journaling, looking back on my journal. Saying on Instagram that it was kind of hard for me to pull out my daily gratitude journal, which I love so much. I actually make them. I sell them through my own brand by Samantha March. They're available on Amazon. And every single night, that was one of my favorite things to do. I always looked forward to it, was to write in my daily gratitude journal. And we have some pages that are just like a blank page to write whatever. Some pages have different prompts on them. And I finally pulled out my daily gratitude journal the other night to look back through it, and I stopped writing in it May 2nd of last year. And that just really kind of showed me that just like, my world stopped. Like, nothing else mattered to me those 5 months except for like taking as best care of my dog that I could and giving her like the best final, what ended up being months of her life. You know, I got told that she probably had 3 days to live. Like, I was given the option to put her down right when I took her into the ER. So you know, to be able to give her those months, I was really happy for, but it showed me that I definitely stopped taking care of myself. And I kind of feel like even after she died, like I've never really gotten back to it. I never really got back to being myself. And it's something that I am currently working on. So it's hard, and I appreciate all of the comments and messages that have come in after I posted about it of, you know, because I said I was disappointed in myself. I said that I was disappointed that I feel like I haven't been able to like get back to my usual self, and that I still struggle so much with it. So I'm really appreciative to so many of you who have said, you know, it's been a year or more, it's been 5 years and you still struggle. Like, it just made me feel not so like crazy that I'm still so sad about losing my dog. So thank you to everyone for your support and for writing in, because it definitely means a lot. But yeah, so I've definitely just been keeping to myself the last little bit here, and even the next coming up days, I'll be keeping, you know, to myself. But this dinner tonight sounded like a lot of fun, so I was like, you know what, I think I would be more sad if I passed it up. And it's, you know, it's with all of my girlfriends that are going tonight, and it's gonna be nice to see everybody, and it'll be good, it'll be fun. Hopefully hair and makeup will be looking good. So I'm also gonna use the Beauty Balm from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I got the shade 10, and I am going to use, I got a sponge damp, but where did I put it? Okay, I got my sponge from DSMD Shop. Okay, so for the Beauty Balm, it says a first of its kind solid, kind of looks like a deodorant, serum boosted skin tint for sheer to light coverage, delivering a natural finish with 8 skin loving ingredients. So it's supposed to be light coverage, natural finish. It's supposed to feature a luxuriously silky texture that's weightless and blends seamlessly. I'm gonna take a little bit on my sponge here and then start to apply to my skin that way. So I like more of a light coverage finish. I also really do prefer more of a natural finish as well. So when I saw this being released, I definitely, you know, kind of gravitated towards it. I feel like especially, you know, I'm going into the really warm months. It is getting quite warm in Las Vegas. I'm going to a music festival on Saturday, and I saw the high is like 91, and I was like, okay. And I just prefer something that's light coverage and a little bit more like skin-like and all of those things. So I'm gonna apply to one side of the face, and then we can kind of do a comparison. With this one, I feel like I kind of do have to build it up to get it to where I like it. Again, as someone who has like the acne scarring and all of that, I can use concealer to cover as well. But if you can tell, this is the side where I have the Beauty Balm, and this is the side where I do not. It is very light coverage. Like if you are looking for something that's going to give you more, even of like that medium oomph, I don't think it's going to be the Beauty Balm for you. But for me, I like it. I'll add a little bit of concealer, and then I feel like I will be good to go. I don't know, I've only tried this a couple of times with the Kosas. A lot of times these are my first impressions, but I've had these products for a little bit. So, you know, just kind of giving like some of my thoughts so far as I've been trying them to film like short form content and things like that. Sometimes I will want a little bit more of an oomph, or also another way that you can apply this too is by using a brush, and sometimes that will give you a little bit more coverage as well. Again, for me, and as someone who gravitates towards light coverage, and I feel like my skin is looking pretty good today. You know, maybe if I was dealing with any more like acne breakouts, I would want something that would be a little bit more coverage, but I think it's looking really nice right now. So I like something that's going to even out the skin a little bit, hide some of those imperfections, but still feel and look really nice and lightweight on the skin. And I feel like it does give a nice natural finish, and since I've been using it with the Kosas, which is more of that glowy SPF, I feel with my dry skin that it just makes it look like glowy yet still natural. That's how I feel about it. So far I've been liking these products. Again, kind of my schedule that I have been doing with my videos is I do a PR haul, and then I do a first impressions with products from that haul, or like a Sephora haul, things I buy myself. We do a first impressions. I come back in a couple weeks and do a get ready with me and kind of check in. how I'm feeling about the products, and then I'll do my reviews at the end and decide what I'm keeping and what I am decluttering. So stay tuned. That will be, you know, I'll have my next Get Ready With Me coming in a couple of weeks with these products. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Concealer, Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer in shade 180. So far, those are my thoughts on the SPF and also the Beauty Balm from Anastasia. The Makeup by Mario Concealer is one that I have had in a couple of my past videos. I hauled it and then I had it in a first impression. I also had it in a Get Ready With Me. I did a video recently as well where I had my makeup done by a professional makeup artist in Las Vegas, and she actually used this concealer and also the Makeup by Mario foundation. So it's one that she is a fan of. It is a self-setting concealer, so I do like to work pretty quickly with this one because it does dry down fast. And I have my review video coming up with all of those products, but spoiler alert, I've actually been liking the concealer more than I maybe thought that I was going to, because the first time I tried it, you know, I'm just kind of like lollygagging through my videos, just chilling, and I like put the concealer on, I'm taking my time blending it out, I'm like, oh wait, and I'm like trying to blend it out so fast. But I really like the coverage that it gives to the under eyes. It just kind of smooths everything out really quickly. It doesn't feel too heavy or look too heavy on the under eyes. I like that it's self-setting, because I feel like even though I do still set it with powder, I feel that it's one of those concealers that just kind of continues to look really well even through like the longevity of it and like wearing it for longer hours. I feel like I don't have any issues with the concealer. So I wasn't so sure what I was going to think about this one, but I have ended up really liking that one. My brows, I'm actually going to use one from Covergirl, so you can't get this at Sephora, but I just hauled these in my last haul. So from Covergirl, the Clean Fresh Brow Filler. So they sent me the shade Soft Brown. So kind of reminds me a little bit, like tip-wise reminds me of the Benefit Goof Proof. A little bit thicker, more of like this diamond shape here, and then it has more of like the paddle brush at the end. I usually prefer more of like a traditional spoolie, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and brush up my brows. We'll try it out. I think soft brown should be a pretty good match for me. Okay, off the bat, it does feel like very pigmented. Like I feel like I have to very, very lightly touch this to my brow. So I just kind of fill in underneath and then fill in any of these sparse areas. I do have pretty defined brows, especially my right brow is more defined than my left, but I like to make a little, like some hair-like strokes out here in the front. Okay, I do think that's a good shade match as well. And then I'm gonna take this little brush, just kind of brush through everything. I'll say first impression, I like it. I almost feel like it could maybe be like too pigmented. Like it feels a little kind of like pomade-y. I almost worry about like pushing the pencil down a little bit too much on the brows and having them be too like really quick to fill them in. So this is my brow that's a little bit like less defined, but I still feel like it's gonna be a really quick process. They released another pencil too that's more like, again, I kind of compare everything to Benefit because they were my first brow products that like I really loved. So that one reminds me of like the Precisely My Brow, except it's like a super, I think it's called like their nano pencil. So that one is like very small, and sometimes when it's that small, it just takes me a little bit too much time to do my brows. So I decided for the first impression that I wanted to do this one because I feel like I would like it a little bit more, but again, I don't know, I almost feel like maybe it's like too pomade-y for me. Like it feels like less pencil and more like a pomade in a pencil form. I don't know for sure if this is gonna be a favorite of mine. I will try out the other pencil as well. What do we think? I don't think my brows look bad. Like I feel like that's a good shade match for me. I feel like they're looking pretty good. I don't even really mind the little brush here. If you like something more of like a pomade feel, I feel like you might like these. I think my brows look pretty good though. Maybe I just need to get the hang of it a little bit more, because that was fast. Okay, Covergirl, I'm not mad. I'm not mad right now. I'll definitely be giving this a few more shots and see if maybe it's just like, you know, I'm scared because it's my first time. could happen. I don't have a new bronzer. I'm gonna use the one from Charlotte Tilbury, the Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. So I'm gonna use this one. I'm just gonna keep using my DSMD Shop to apply it. This was a winner in the March Madness, and y'all, I realized I never gave an update about March Madness. I think right after I did my March Makeup Madness game, I went to New Orleans. And then when I came back from New Orleans, I went there with my company Creators and Friends events. I had so much going on with just, you know, all the follow-up with New Orleans, with the brands, with the content creators, with all of just me in general and the content that I was making. And then we are planning 2 more events for this year. So then I just kind of jumped right into that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'd never followed up on March Makeup Madness. But we had two people have an almost perfect bracket. They each just missed one category. And so I put, like I just did like a random number generator for the 2 of them. And then it chose out one. I think the only category she missed was lips, I'm pretty sure, because I think I said it in my email to her. But no one had a perfect bracket this year. I thought it was going to be hard to get. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I do the March Makeup Madness series every year, and it's just a game that we play. I have different categories of makeup, and then I have like, usually it has 4 products in each, and people have to fill out like a bracket. It's literally just a Google form, but you fill it out before we get started, and you have to try to guess what is going to be the most voted on products. And then 2 products go on to like the next round, and then at the end I do a full face of everything that is the most voted on. So throughout the weeks there's voting like on my community tab and that sort of thing. And then the winner, whoever has like the best bracket at the end, wins a, you know, a box of like beauty products from me. I didn't think we were gonna have a perfect bracket this year, because we've had perfect brackets in the past, but this year I had less makeup categories. Like I didn't do like powders, and I didn't do like brows and things like that. So we had less categories, so I thought for a couple of the categories I could just do more in them. So it was lips and eyeshadow palettes that I did, what, 6 each, and every other category had 4, and then that one had 6. And I was like, I think those are gonna be the categories. And I think maybe the other one that had the almost perfect bracket, I think she missed eyeshadow palette, and the other one missed lips. So the categories that did have more. So yeah, I thought it would just be like a little bit, you know, spicy to do it that way. So that is the update on March Makeup Madness. I feel so bad that I completely spaced to do that update, but it was definitely fun to go through all of the different brackets, and we will be playing again next year. So stay tuned. When March rolls around, we'll do March Makeup Madness again. My blush, I'm gonna use this one from LYS. This is another one that I've been trying in some of my first impression videos. And this is their cream blush, and I've been using the shade Focused. So again, just taking it directly onto my sponge and applying it this way. I've been really liking the blush, even though I will say I haven't been using cream products as much. I've said that in a few of my videos recently. I've been gravitating more towards my powder products, but I can feel a shift coming. I really can. I can feel a shift coming. I don't know if it's the warmer weather. I also recently started trying these from Salt New York, and I have been really liking them. I have the Sneaky Balm Skin Tint Concealer, Bronzer, and also Blush. I have these in my Get Ready With Me, where I talk more in depth about creators and friends, because again, it's a business that I founded with my partner, and we do trips and events for content creators. So I talk about the business more in that video, and I also use products that I received on our trip to New Orleans. And Salt New York was one of our sponsors. Their founder, Kiki G, was on the trip with us, and I tried it out in that video and was like, and that was the video where I was actually off to meet Nelly. Again, sometimes I just like, I say things, and then I'm like, what? Do you hear yourself? But I got to go to a meet and greet with Nelly, and he was promoting, he came out with like an alcohol line called Moshine. So we got like bottles of Moshine. I did a taste test with Ashley. If I haven't posted the short yet, I'll post it, but it is already up on my Instagram if you want to see us trying out this Moshine. It was, Ashley's reaction was funnier than mine, I thought. So that was super fun. But when I picked up Ashley, it was right after I got done with that Get Ready With Me, and she was like, your makeup looks so pretty, and I was like, I agree. And then I wore a full face of it the other day too. I had like a brunch event, and my friend Jojo was saying how pretty my makeup was, and I was like, guys, I know. So I've been very impressed. I'll have, you know, my get ready with me follow-up thoughts coming soon, but been very impressed with those from Salt, New York. So I can, like, again, I can like kind of feel the shift coming going over into cream makeup. But this is what my skin is looking like now. Honestly, I really don't even feel like I need to add. Sometimes because of like acne or acne scarring, I'll add a little bit more concealer. I just don't really feel like I need it. So I'm just gonna go in with powder. I bought this little baby Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder in shade 2, and I've been loving having this in my purse. I bought the mini because I always put so much in my clutch. Listen, I have a little native deodorant, like a little mini, keep it in my clutch. Now this, perfect, keep it in my clutch. Like, I love to have these little minis for that reason. So that is why I bought the mini version in the sale, and it's just like perfect for on the go touch up. So I'm just gonna use my little powder puff here, and I'm going to set my concealer and also my eyelid. Then I do like to set some other spots on my face as well. I am happy to have the Charlotte Tilbury back in my life. I had pretty much used it all the way up, and then I dropped it and it shattered, and it was very sad and all of the things, but it is definitely a favorite powder of mine. So happy it's back, and happy I got a little guy that I can put into my clutch. Okay, skin. I think the skin is looking good. She looking good. I'm liking my brows. Okay, not mad, not mad. All right, so next up I'm gonna use my eyeshadow palette. So I have the Sigma Beauty Cool Neutrals. I've done a few looks with this, including when I had the makeup artist do my makeup. She used this palette. So this is launching May 2nd. Again, I'm not exactly sure. I think this video is going up Friday. May 2nd is Thursday. This one's going up Friday. So this should be on sale, or maybe I'll put it up Thursday. Okay, let's not get too ahead of myself. I'm filming 3 videos today, so that's a lot of editing that I have to do. But I am getting ready to go to Barbados, so I'm trying to get as much content filmed as I can, because I will be spending like 5 or 6 days in Barbados in May, so very much looking forward to that. But this palette will be on sale now, so you can get it on the Sigma website. I do have an affiliate code with them, which is Samantha. The palette we got to see early. Sigma was our house sponsor when we were on the Creators and Friends New Orleans trip, and the founder actually came down at one point. We had a really lovely group dinner with Simone and also some of the Sigma team. We got to play with the palette. We got to see it for the first time. So we've had this palette for a little bit now, and it's beautiful. If you know me, you know that Sigma Beauty has one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas. I'm always recommending their palettes, and when I opened this one for the first time, I was just living for it. So loving the shades in here, loving the different color combos that you can do. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm wearing yet tonight. I don't know. We're on day 2 of my period, so I just like feel, you know, like 3/4 of my closet isn't gonna work out for me. You know what I'm saying? So don't know what I'm going to wear for sure, but super freako. It's in the Cosmo. Typically if I'm doing something in the Cosmo, I'm gonna be a little bit more dressed up, so I'm either gonna wear a dress or at least like a nice pant shirt combination somehow. But the Knights are also playing tonight. They need to win this game. It's not a must win, but for me, they need to win this game. They're up 2-1 in the series. It's a best of 7. Need Vegas to keep moving on in the playoffs, okay? This is round 1, but I think that they can do it. So I'm kind of leaning towards going with Burst, which is more of this gold shade. It's so pretty. Have I used every shade? I've used almost every shade in this palette. I think the only one I really haven't gotten into a lot is this Thunder right here, which is a beautiful shade, but everything else I have used. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. I'm gonna use, Burst is gonna be like my main shade, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I want kind of like a sharper edge. So I am going to, I kind of want to mix the shades a little bit here, Superior and Harvest. These 2 here, and it does come with a really beautiful brush in the palette as well. So I'm gonna mix those together on the E38 diffused crease side. And then I'm gonna take something with just like a flat edge. This literally is like an eye mask that I got from a spa in Las Vegas. And then it's a little bit hard with the curlers in my hair, but I just line it up like so, push that down, and then start to create the kind of like eye look this way. And then that just kind of helps me give it a little bit more of like a liner look. You can also use tape. I mean, honestly, like sometimes I use a piece of paper. Like I just be careful of paper cuts. But it just kind of gives me a little bit more confidence to bring shadow out. And again, you can always like clean up after too, but kind of just gives me the confidence to bring the shadow out a little bit more. The hard part for me is always like lining up my two eyes. Like I feel like I can never really get them to be the same, but at least like it helps a little bit, you know? I'm just really focusing that one more on the outer part of the eye and also into the crease. And then when you take away your flat edge, it looks like so. Sometimes I just need to like clean up a little bit with my like powder puff, but I like the shape that it gives the eye, and I think that it's pretty easy to do. Like I said, the hard part to me is like lining them up so they're similar, but you know what? It's fine. It's just makeup. To me, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm writing my 10th book now. I am also a published author of 9 novels, so writing my 10th one, and it's a part of a series called The Six. So each of the 6 characters, each one has a book after them. So the series is literally just called The Six, and then each of the books is like the first one is The Six Christy, and we follow Christy, and then The Six Scarlet, then there's also Lauren, and then finally there is BREELY. We have Nora is coming out next, and the series finale will be Tinsley. Because everybody want to know what's going on with Tinsley, okay? Like, we're going to get to Tinsley. We got to get to Nora first. And then we will get to Tinsley. But in writing Nora's story, she's so fun to write about, and she is someone who's like very good at makeup. So it's so funny to write some of her scenes, because I feel like I get to like talk about makeup a little bit more in the book, and like some of the brands and some of the techniques that she's doing. And she's also like very much into social media. Like, she's not a creator, because there's another character in the series called BREELY, and she is the last book that was published, and she actually is a yoga content creator. And so her story was really fun for me to write, just being, you know, a social media content creator. But then Nora's is kind of fun to write because she's someone who's just kind of like addicted to social media. Like, she buys everything from like the Instagram ads, or if like she sees her favorite creator, you know, talking about something, like she's gonna buy it. She's kind of like, you know, when like the as seen on TV stuff was like really popular and you were always buying like the most whack things, like that's kind of like Nora's character. So she's just like kind of fun to write. Like she buys like the wing stamps and, you know, just different things like that. Like who wants to be in my book? Who wants to be in my book? This is something I used to do with my earlier books. And I think this was when Snapchat was really popular for creators, and I kind of totally forgot about this. I'm gonna use the other side of the brush. This is the E54. But have you purchased anything like makeup wise that's kind of a little bit more out there? Like, not just like an eyeshadow palette or a lipstick, but have you purchased something that's kind of like the wing stamp, or maybe something that seemed like it could be a little bit gimmicky? Have you purchased anything like that because you've seen either a creator talk about it or you saw an ad for it? I'm gonna go in with the Burst shade. Leave it in the comments if you have, and I'm gonna go through them, and I'm gonna pick a few things for Nora to buy in the book. And then if you want to, only if you want to, if your username isn't like your name, like put like your first name or something like that, because then I will put you in the acknowledgements of the book. So that's something that I used to, I'm pretty sure it was on Snapchat, and I would ask for a certain, like, I remember one time asking for like worst date ideas, asking for like hangover, like what's your wildest like hangover cure, just little things like that. Even sometimes names, like I'm like, oh, I can't think of a name for like this type of character who does this, and people would give me name suggestions, and then I, you know, make sure to put you in the acknowledgements. So if you have anything kind of, maybe you haven't bought it yourself, but you've seen it, or you're like, oh, I thought about buying that, or you know someone who bought something, let me know in the comments. Leave your name. I'm gonna pick a few things, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit more throughout Nora's story. Like, I really want to show that she just, like, she loves impulse buying, okay? She loves impulse buying makeup. So I think a lot of us could maybe relate to that. This gold is super beautiful. It's one of the first shades I was really attracted to in the palette as well. And I think it's gonna be perfect for rooting on the nights tonight. So I'm just adding a little bit more of that brown shadow in here as well. But I know, so I do a Q&A on my Instagram about every 2 weeks or so. Typically I do it when either I'm like coming back from traveling or like having visitors here or something along those lines. Like Makeup Molly just came out to visit me for a few days. So after she left, it was like, okay, I'm kind of getting back into my routine. And a way I get back into my routine is by doing a Q&A. Because a lot of times when I travel or when I have someone here or I'm super busy with events like my birthday or Super Bowl or something like that, I'm not on social media as much. I'm not in my comment section as much. I'm not in my DMs as much. And sometimes I can just get a little bit backed up, and I feel like doing a Q&A just kind of helps me talk to you again and just kind of reconnect and like see what's going on. A lot of times I usually find the questions are somewhat geared towards like either the trip that I just took or something along those lines, but also sometimes they're just like random topics. And it's so funny to me because it seems like whenever I do a Q&A, there's a theme that happens without like it intentionally happening. Because I'll usually post saying, you know, getting back into my routine, ask me any questions while I'm on my morning walk. And then when I come back from my walk, which sometimes can take me 1 to 2 hours, I already have a bunch of questions in and they all seem to be the same thing. But every Q&A is different. Like one Q&A, I got asked so many questions about like my dating life. And then another Q&A, I got asked a lot of questions about divorce. And then in this last Q&A, I had a lot of people asking me questions about like sleeping and healthy habits and things like that. And like, it's just so funny to me how that kind of works out sometimes to answer any of the questions that you have, and I get a variety of them as well. But I end up doing them about every 2 weeks on Instagram, so you can always find those in my stories. And I'm just March Beauty Word over there. I post beauty, I post lifestyle, I post a lot with Ashley, and I also post some Vegas content too. I'm actually really excited for, I have a video idea in mind for tonight. I really want to do it because I think we could start a fun series, and it kind of combines my love for lip products and Las Vegas and food. So I need to see if I can like merge all of these together. If it comes out in my head, I'm going to be really excited, but we'll see. For eyeliner, I have been going back to my Urban Decay. This is like a tried and true Holy Grail eyeliner. Their 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Perversion, which is the black. But it's just one of those kind of like staples that I have used for so many years. It's so creamy, it's so easy to put in the waterline, doesn't tug at all, doesn't transfer on me. I'm gonna do a little tight line as well. I'm trying to decide if I wanna do a wing. I usually do. I'm gonna do a little bit of black liner. With the Urban Decay, I just don't feel like you need to like really add a lot, and it glides. Again, it's like, it's so funny to me because of the name, but like it really does glide so easily. And then I'm just going to take a liner brush and wing that out. My favorite liner brush is from Sigma. So I'm just going to take that and then just follow the line that I made with the shadow. And I just do like a little half liner look here. I don't bring it all the way into like the inner part of my eye. And I just kind of make it a little bit smudgy. It's nothing that's like too precise or anything, but I just like having a little bit of a wing these days, and to me it's easy to do it with either shadow or just like a gel liner instead of doing it with a liquid liner. I'm still a little bit more intimidated by that. But I also, because I've used the shade Burst a few times, I just think Burst with a black liner, something about it, I feel like with my green eyes, it's so funny to me because I was wearing this like eye combo the other day, like exact same from the Sigma palette, the black eyeliner. And I remember like looking in the mirror that day and something about like the liner, the green eyes, the gold, I was like, I don't know, this is like somewhat of a vibe. And then I met a guy, no, I'm just kidding, it wasn't that deep. Talking to a guy the other night, I actually went to, again, it's like sometimes I say things and I'm like, what are you about to say? But I was at the Raiders draft party. How I get to these things, I had a friend call me, he was like, I have an extra ticket to the Raiders draft party at Omnia, which is a nightclub. It wasn't a nightclub when it was there because it was like 4 o'clock, but that was like the venue of it. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go. What? Like, I love sports. Are you kidding me? I was so excited. I was talking to a guy that I met there, and I don't know, somehow we got on like ethnicities and all of those things, and he asked me if I was Egyptian, which I've never gotten that before. And I was like, oh no, I'm not. And he said, your eyes look Egyptian. So funny too, because I've never, I've had, not that I have a lot of people guess my background by any means, but I guess I've just never heard Egyptian. So it just kind of caught me off guard. I was like, I'm not. I'm actually like 50% Irish. So I don't know. I don't know what made me think of that story, but it was fun. It was also really funny to me to be there when the Raiders drafted their first pick and no one was happy about it. I was just recording it for funsies. I still want to post this on TikTok because it made me laugh so hard. Slowly panning the place after they announced their pick, which was like a tight end or a tackle or something along those lines. And everyone's just like boo and complaining, and then this guy comes perfectly into my frame with his sunglasses on and just yells, what the? And it was so funny. I was watching back my camera roll the next day and I was like, I didn't even realize it happened. I just was laughing so hard. They were not very happy, but you know, it is what it is. And for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna do the same thing on a Sigma pencil brush. I'm gonna mix some of those Superior and Harvest shades and then just smoke out the lower lash line. I think my makeup is looking really good though. Like, I think my skin looks nice and glowy without being like too overdone. It doesn't look like I have a bunch of face makeup on with that light coverage. I'm just, the cream products are looking good. The bronzer and the blush, like, brows are looking good. I'm feeling pretty happy with this makeup look right now, okay? The eyes are looking good. Okay. And then for mascara, I did pick up a new Rare Beauty mascara, but I do have an older one that I still have open, so I just want to use this one up. So, oh, duh. I didn't use my Lawless Brow Pencil. That's okay. I bought it and I literally had it sitting in front of me, but this is a repurchase, and I actually have an open Lawless Brow Pencil somewhere. I just can't find it. I thought it was in my makeup bag that I like take pretty much everywhere with me, but it wasn't in there, so I don't know, it's gotta be here somewhere. But well, we got to try something new, so that's fun. I don't have a new mascara though, so we are just going to use the one from Rare Beauty. It's so hard for me to do mascara with the rollers in my hair. Okay, so before we take the rollers out, I'm gonna finish off with my lip combo. So in the sale, I picked up the Makeup Forever lip liner in Anywhere Caffeine. I've been using this a ton. I've done lip swatch videos of every single lipstick that I got from the sale. Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Vixen, this was a big hit on Instagram. I had the matte lipstick from Merit, a matte lipstick from Simi Haze. I feel like there's another gloss in there, the Gissu gloss, which is super beautiful, but I actually haven't used the Huda Beauty Full Filter yet, so that is what we are going to use today. I am actually going to film a short at the same time filming this, which makes it a little bit fun, but that's what you have to do. And then I'm actually gonna wipe off my lip and do a different lip so I can do a wear test video for tonight. But for today's video, this is the lip combo that we're doing. The Huda Beauty Full Filler Gloss. I've just heard a lot of people speak really highly of this one. I got the shade Honey. It wasn't necessarily the shade that I wanted to get, but they were sold out of almost all of them. Since I'm only a VIB now and not a Rouge, there was a lot sold out when I was finally able to shop the sale. But that is the combo that we're doing. I've been loving this lip liner. Like I said, I've been wearing it a lot to do my like swatching videos. But it's a beautiful nude. It's very easy to apply and it really stays for a long time. A lot of times I just use this lip liner as my lipstick and it's just so long wearing. So I've been very impressed, and then I'm just kind of filling in the lips as well. And then we're gonna add some of the Huda Beauty Honey right on top. Ooh, okay. She's a little thick. Okay, if you just heard me say to my phone, it is a little thick. So I don't feel like you need a lot of product, but it's definitely instantly like super shiny. Okay. Also instantly so glossy. I feel like you do not need a lot of product. Like I have not had to dip this back in. Mixing it more right in the middle. Okay, definitely very glossy. It's supposed to give like, you know, a lip filler type look, which I feel like you can also achieve that with lip liners. So I feel like this combo right now, that's a pretty nude combo. Again, Honey wasn't my original shade. that I wanted to go for, but I do also feel like depending on what lip liner you use, you can kind of manipulate, especially if something like a gloss, and if it's not super opaque, kind of manipulate the finishing shade of the gloss as well. So I actually really like this lip combo. I think that is very pretty. So honestly, I don't feel like I've had my rollers in for all that long. Hopefully we still have a nice bounce to my hair. Usually I let them stay in longer, but I think they've only been in, I mean, literally just, I put them in right before I started filming. So I think maybe they've been in for like an hour or so. But we are gonna go ahead and remove the rollers. I just get mine off of Amazon. I do most of my get ready with me's in my rollers. And I just kind of try to like twirl them down. Twirl them down? I don't know if that's the right saying. I did a short form video once on my favorite way to apply rollers. I think that one had a clip somewhere. Yep, okay. Clip somewhere in there. I give my tips on how I put my rollers in and then also how I take them out. But I just like it because I don't have a ton of volume to my hair. I've been on this whole hair journey for several years now. I just don't always have the most volume, so I have found something like doing hair rollers just kind of gives them a little oomph, if you will. When I look in the mirror, the more I'm just like really digging all of this. Like I kind of don't want to wipe off my lip to do a lip wear test, but I want to do the lip wear test. Ugh. I got new lip stains, so I want to do a wear test for them. Rollers are out. I do always like to put in some oil to my hair as well, but you can see it just gives it a little bounce, and then it lasts, like, it won't look like this tomorrow, like after I sleep, but it'll still have some zhuzh to it, you know? And I'm not doing anything the next 2 days, so I figure for tonight at least we'll have a little pep to our step when it comes to the hair. But that is gonna wrap it up for today's Get Ready With Me. I feel like this was very successful. I liked all of the products. The SPF I've been liking, the Beauty Balm I've been liking, the eyeshadow palette I think is beautiful. I'm really enjoying this lip combo. All of my complexion products, like the bronzer and the blush, even the brows. Like, I don't really know what I should complain about in this video. Maybe that it's hot. I turned my air off, so I'm kind of sweating because you can hear it in my video. So I'm gonna go turn my air on. I'm gonna cool down a little bit. Everything will be linked in my description box and also in the YouTube shopping tab. Let me know what you thought of this at first impressions. Don't forget to drop any of your like crazy makeup. I bought this because of ads. Drop those in the description box if you want to be in my next book, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.